Now, I'm no miracle worker, so I can't say these tips will 100% help you beat this, but it will 100% help you improve in Extreme Showdown. Now, I went out of my way, I got myself a Google Doc, and I started writing down notes on each aspect I could help you all in. We are starting it off with the draft. Contact is going to be the #1 attribute that we prioritize when looking at players, and in terms of handedness, in terms of how they bat, we want to prioritize right-handed hitters over left-handed hitters and switch hitters over left-handed hitters as well. So it's gonna go right-handed hitters, switch hitters, and left-handed hitters. If there is a round where all you have is lefties, then obviously you're gonna pick the lefty that is most balanced in terms of contact numbers against both sides. The reason we do this is because as we advance in the difficulties and we get to Hall of Fame, we have to face Chapman on Hall of Fame and Nolan Ryan on Hall of Fame. Now Chapman is a little bit easier on Hall of Fame since it's only one run we have to score, but at the end, Randy Johnson is also a left-handed pitcher we have to face on Hall of Fame while down runs. So looking at the first round, as I said, contact is what we prioritize. Paul Goldschmidt has very good contact versus lefties, and he has good contact versus righties on a similar playing field to Frank Thomas. We're gonna go with Paul Goldschmidt over Frank Thomas just because I really like Paul Goldschmidt's swing over Frank Thomas's swing inside the game. Second round, we have ourselves Yordan Alvarez. When it comes to live series players, you also want to check what inside edge is improving because it can help the player out drastically and help you choose him. Like I said, although switch hitters that have great contact against both sides are going to be prioritized, and Elly De La Cruz is a switch hitter that has great contact and power against both sides, so we're going to go ahead and prioritize him. Next we have Al Kaline, who has great contact but not great power. Then Alfonso Soriano does not have great contact but does have great power. We have Chase Utley versus right-handers, and then last but not least, Richie Ashburn. So remember, Hall of Fame is where you face two lefties and a righty. Going from veteran to all-star difficulty, I believe it's two lefties and two righties at the same time as well. So we still want to have some good lefties inside the lineup. I think Richie Ashburn is going to be someone that we can bring in to go ahead and pinch run at any point if we need to, if we get better hitters than him, of course, and he's not inside the lineup, as well as just someone to get on base whenever we need someone to get on base. Steven Kwan, he's gonna go ahead and fit the same role unless JT was playing up astronomically, but he's not. George Brett can also be used instead of Steven Kwan, but I'm gonna take Steven in this situation. And then live series players, so we got Nick Fortes not playing up too high, we got Trey Mancini, we got Gomes, and then we have Michael Chavis. Michael Chavis could be really useful against a left-handed pitcher, so we're gonna go ahead and take Michael Chavis in this situation. And then when it comes to perks, listen to the way I am prioritizing it. Hero time is going to be the #1 perk you want, especially if you can get the gold perk of hero time. That is #1 priority. You want to stack as many hero times as possible up to the diamond aspect of it, because the diamond aspect of it is exit velo when you're losing. So when you're facing Randy Johnson, that's when you're gonna want to equip that, or when you're facing Nolan Ryan. But prior to that, facing a Rhodus Chapman, it's gonna be a tie ball game, so it's no good. #2 priority is going to be spark plug. You want to stack as many as possible as well, because it's contact boost while you're in the 7th inning or later. I'm not sure what the diamond aspect of this is because I haven't seen the diamond one yet. And then #3 priority is going to be heart attack or rally time. And then last but not least, clear for takeoff is the #4 priority. But when you get the diamond perks, clear for takeoff takes #1 priority as a diamond perk, because all normal swings, meaning all swings using X, will be exit velo increased. So here we don't see any hero time, we don't see any spark plug, we don't see rally time or heart attack, so we have to take clear for takeoff because it's going to be the best perk, and it's gonna be at least active on the first pitch of each and every single at bat. And then going by the priority list, spark plug is #2 priority. We don't see hero time, we don't see rally time or heart attack, so we have to go ahead and take ourselves spark plug. There is one perk I forgot to add to the priority list, and this perk is usually only important if you're practicing the 2-strike method, or if you're playing a showdown like this where the difficulty is high and it's difficult since you're facing really good pitchers, and that's ice water veins. Ice water veins on gold and diamond are top priority in terms of selecting. If you're able to get the gold and diamond version and then also pair that up with something like hero time, heart attack, rally time, or even spark plug Plug Diamond version where it's 7th inning or later instead of 2 outs or anything like that, I promise you it will be a game changer. Why? You're about to find out. Now when it comes to extreme, you want to manage your perks and make sure you equip your perks before you even head towards the first boss, and you also want to look in your bench and then your deeper bench and make sure that you are prioritizing putting guys inside your lineup, especially in these common places where they have great contact or power versus whatever hand it is you're facing on the mound. In this case, it's going to be Zack Greinke, so I'm going to make sure that I have a ton of lefties leading it off at the top of the lineup, as well as prioritizing guys that have great contact and power versus right-handed pitching. A perfect example of a player like this is Robbie Grossman, or Grossman, however you want to pronounce it. He is atrocious against right-handed pitching, but versus left-handers he has 104 contact, so that would be great when facing Chapman as an example if you needed to bring in a pinch hitter for your pitcher or facing any of the lefties that you would face on All-Star, Hall of Fame, or veteran difficulty. Facing Zack Greinke, you're gonna be down 2 runs. You need to score 3 runs before you get 3 outs. It's gonna be on veteran difficulty, so it should be a little bit easier than All-Star difficulty and Hall of Fame, of course. When it comes to hitting, I want you guys to prioritize one of these 3 methods or use all 3 methods intertwined however you feel comfortable. So the first method is called the active perks prioritization method. So we have clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff is active whenever the count is 0-0, 1-1, 2-2. So you might want to go ahead and take the first pitch. If the first pitch is a ball, then the second pitch you most likely are going to want to swing at, just for the simple fact that if it is a strike, you go ahead and activate that clear for takeoff perk again. Spark Plug is going to be activated at all times since it's the 7th inning or later whenever you are facing a mini boss, so you don't have to worry about that one. Second approach is just putting your controller down and taking the 2-strike approach. This 2-strike approach is going to be very important as you get to the higher difficulties, as you're facing guys like a Rhodus Chapman, Nolan Ryan, as well as Randy Johnson. Nolan Ryan and a Rhodus Chapman more importantly, because those are guys that struggle with their control, so they're not going to have the greatest control in the world. And right there, I was trying to practice the 2-strike approach. I was swinging at that second pitch to make sure, or excuse me, the active perks prioritization approach, because I was swinging at that pitch no matter what, since I had a 1-0 count and I wanted to even it out to 1-1 just in case the third pitch looked good enough. I wanted to make sure it had an exit velo boost. But if I was practicing the 2-strike approach or 2-strike method, what I would do is I would put the controller down and I would just wait until my player had 2 strikes, and once my player had 2 strikes, that's when I am ready to swing. Why? Because when you're facing mini bosses, the pitcher cannot be substituted. So if you drain the pitcher's energy, then he's gonna start throwing more fat pitches over the plate, as well as being more wild in general, and that is going to be very beneficial to you, especially in the higher difficulties. Now the third approach is the lock-in approach, meaning that you might not be wanting to wait for 2 strikes because it will get a little bit time consuming, but it helps out drastically. And the lock-in approach is, hey, I'm looking for a pitch in this section, and the only way I am going to swing is if it's in this section, and you usually want to lock into only wanting to swing at 1 pitch. So I'm only gonna swing if it's some sort of fastball high inside the strike zone. If it is not some sort of fastball, I am not swinging. It's gonna take a lot more discipline to go ahead and practice this approach, but it is one that is also very beneficial. Another thing I want you all to go ahead and practice as well is staying out of double plays. Don't be afraid to go ahead and send the runner going and then lay down a bunt, and with the bunt you lay down, go ahead and move the runner over and stay out of that double play, because double plays are killers, especially when you are only 1 run away from winning the entire thing or tying the entire thing in general as well. Another thing I want you all to practice is the base running. You do not want to take risks when you can't afford risks. These outs are literally the difference between having to restart all over again or having to advance. So you want to make sure that you are only going and trying to take the extra base or stealing or trying to do a squeeze or anything like that when you know or when you feel that the pitcher is more than likely to throw a strike in this situation. The reason I say this is because when you're facing a Rhodus Chapman and Nolan Ryan, 2 wild pitchers, it's very difficult to predict when they are going to throw a strike. So you might have a 1-0 count, and you might be saying to yourself, oh, he's definitely gonna throw a strike here. And next thing you know, he throws a fastball on the outside corner. You missed the bunt completely, and you sent the runner over, and now the runner is gunned out at second base. You wasted a base runner, and you wasted an out. So maybe you don't want to send them stealing every single time when you're trying to move them over, and you just want to make sure that the pitcher is more than likely to throw a strike. Just put down the bunt animation, and then if the runner gets to second, amen. If he doesn't, then hopefully you don't get doubled off. But don't be afraid to bunt runners over, especially when you can afford to do so. This should do it right here. Derek Fisher caught a slider right in the middle of the plate, almost took it out, and that actually even dropped out of his glove. So Greinke wasn't difficult at all, for me at least, and we still had a couple of outs remaining. Now when it comes to drafting in between rounds, I want you all to pay very close attention to this. You want to press OK, and when you get into the drafting round, do not select a player. Just back out and see who you're facing next. All right, we're facing all-lighters, so that means that we're facing a left-handed pitching. So when we're looking at the draft, we might want to go ahead and instead of picking someone that's great against right-handers, pick somebody that's great against left-handers, just so they can go ahead and help us out versus all-lighter. In this case, the best hitter available is going to be Ryan Jeffers. So why not go ahead, pick up Ryan Jeffers, and have him inside the lineup to help us out against all-lighter. Now, as you can see, the perks in this round, the silver round, there is no perk that is in the priority list, meaning we don't see any hero time, spark plug, rally time, or clear for takeoff. Here, it doesn't really matter as long as you don't take a pitching perk, and as long as you don't take a perk that is something along the lines of increasing speed or anything like that. I don't really like those perks because they're very situational. I like perks that go ahead and can help you out a ton. So Off the Radar here helps you out a ton, as well as Jumpstart. And Top Secret is more situational. Jumpstart is if you're not practicing any strike approach. So this is not very good either, but it's at least decent if you're going to be very aggressive. I like Off the Radar more because if you are someone that is looking to just defend the strike zone, having a little bit of an extra contact boost is going to go a long way. Don't forget, equip the perks instantly and manage your squad, and make sure you substitute that player that you just got, put him inside the lineup instantly, and replace the hitter that has either the handedness where it's against him, meaning he's a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher, or someone that has really bad contact against that side that you're about to face. So versus all-lighter, you start off with a runner on second base. The runner on second base is going to be your pitcher. So what you want to go ahead and do here is before you even start the inning, you want to go ahead and replace him with one of your speedy guys. Now we have Robbie and we're facing a lefty, and we have Robbie on the bench because he's going to be the hitter that comes in for the pitcher regardless when facing a lefty. So why not go ahead and instantly start it off by substituting him? That way when the pitcher comes up to hit, we don't forget and we actually have a hitter that's ready to rope. We got jammed, but jammed is good enough in this situation. That's going to go ahead, get us a run. Not going to risk it going to second base. I could have bunted there. I was thinking about it, but it's Paul Goldschmidt. That is our best hitter inside the team. I would have never in my life thought I was going to ground out into a double play, but it just goes to show you. Steven Kwan, die for it, please. Would have wished he would have dove for that, gotten an extra base. With Richie, I'm definitely bunting with Richie. Jesus Christ. There we go. Nice easy bunt. He might even beat it out. Ooh, are you serious? We got a perfect. If this is not gone. Okay, because I was about to say, I absolutely destroyed that baseball. Base hit? Francisco. Hey, you better relax, brother. I already told you, I bunt. I don't care who it is. I bunt. Thankfully, that stayed up and went foul. All right, we got all three perks active. I'm probably going to go ahead and swing at this pitch no matter what, since we got all three perks active. What I say? Swinging no matter what. Runners on first and second. Leadoff hitter coming up to hit. It's someone that's speedy as well. I'm not going to send the runners, but I'm definitely looking to go ahead and just bunt them over. Good enough bunt. Moves the runners over to second and third. So now we got them in scoring position with Paul Goldschmidt up to hit. Another important thing was that took us out of that double play scenario. Unfortunately, they still go ahead and walk Paul Goldschmidt. And if you really didn't trust your hitting capabilities on veteran difficulty, you could literally try to squeeze bunt both runners in. But I'm not going to go ahead and try that. I'm going to just try to get a base hit or at least a sacrifice fly or something along those lines. You could even put a pinch runner in for the runner at second base if you really wanted to. That's a shot. Going to be a sac fly. Can't move the runner over to third, unfortunately. But we're going to be able to bunt again and move the runners over to third and second and have runners in scoring position with 7 outs to go. Perfect bunt once again. He's going to second base, but that's perfectly fine. Michael Chavis. GG's, on to the next one. So we're practicing the same method as before. We're seeing who we're facing next. Halsey. Alright, so that's a right-handed pitcher that we're facing. We might want someone that's a left-hander with great contact versus right hitting. Or maybe we want someone like Carlos Correa. I think that Jeremy Pena has great contact and good enough versus lefties. He has better than Lou Gehrig, so Jeremy Pena definitely isn't a bad option over here. I'm going to go with Jeremy Pena. And now let's see at the gold options we have. Unfortunately, we didn't get hero time. We didn't get ourselves rally time, heart attack, or anything like that. So we're getting some bad perks right now, but it's perfectly fine. Jumpstart is good if you're going to be aggressive, but if you're practicing that two-strike approach, it's not. If you're practicing the two-strike approach, Ice Water Veins is going to be excellent for you. And if you're someone that's looking to be aggressive, but you're not looking to swing at every single pitch, then Defibrillator Gold could be good for you. I'm probably going to go ahead and get Ice Water and Veins because when I approach Nolan Ryan, when I approach a Rhodus Chapman, I'm going to be a little bit more reluctant to be swinging aggressively, and I'm most likely going to be taking 2 strikes every single time. So we're heading into a tied game. So I mistakenly didn't change my perks, but any perk that says when you're losing, you want to get rid of and you want to replace them with whatever you have available. Luckily for us, all 3 perks work as we have none that is whenever you are tied. We have 5 outs, so it is crucial that every single at bat we take as if it's our last. 3-0 count, practicing the 2-strike approach, put the controller down, do not swing at a pitch unless you have 2 strikes. Another reason I'm reluctant to steal, it's Yadier Molina behind the dish. He probably has great pop time quirks and also great arm strength, so it just makes it a whole lot more difficult here. Bunting would probably be the best option I have in terms of moving the runner over. Alright, we're sending him to steal and we're going to be bunting here in order to move him. Great bunt. Got a runner on second with great speed, 3 outs remaining. I could honestly bunt him over to third and then bunt him home or try something along those lines. I'm not against it, to be honest, so that's what I'm going to be doing with Richie Ashburn. I'm going to show them the bunt. He's going to throw me a strike. Oh, I was thinking about going home. I was thinking about it, but it wouldn't have been smart. I don't want to send Richie to second base. I just want to go ahead with these 3 outs and try to at least have them sacrifice a double play or something. That's a fly ball. 90 speed at third. Also, if you have someone slow at third, pinch run for him. Make sure you go ahead and get that sac fly and the runner can score comfortably even if the fly ball is a lot shallower than that. We backed out. We see we're facing Mike Messina next. So let's resume the draft. That's going to be a right-handed pitcher. Xander Bogaerts is very good against lefties, so that definitely, you know, jumps out at me, especially for the later rounds. But I do lack good lefties that I could use against Nolan Ryan, so I think I'm gonna go with Seth Beer here. Never mind, he's playing up 125 and then the power numbers are still really good. I'm gonna take that no matter what. Contact boost, heart attack, that's what we're going to take over here. It's the best perk. Unfortunately, as I've said previously, we're not getting the good perks. We're going to be in a 2-run deficit, so that means we're going to be losing. We want to make sure we are equipping any perk that is when you're losing. And contact boost and 2-strike counts, that honestly could probably replace clear for takeoff, but I'm still playing pretty aggressively on all-star difficulty. If it was Hall of Fame, I definitely would have switched it. That is a shot. That better leave. That was a hanger. Perfect. We're down 1. Now, we got a 3-1 count. I want to get a runner on base here, let's say, for example. And if I get the runner all the way to third base, I don't want to go ahead and drive him in, even if, let's say, it's a deep enough fly ball or it's a base hit. What I would like to do here is go ahead and get Paul Goldschmidt at third and not drive him in until I have 2 runners in scoring position. That way, Heart Attack doesn't leave as a boost while I'm still playing the game. I want to have all perks, as I always say, active. So I want to make sure of that. I'm going to go ahead and bunt here and move Paul Goldschmidt over to second base just to make it a little easier on myself to actually have him in scoring position. So now if we get a single, let's say with Richie Ashburn, I can just go ahead, hold Paulie G at third base, keep Richie at first, and then like bunt over Richie to second base or something along those lines. It wouldn't be a bad idea. If not, get walked and get to first and then bunt with Pena, have runners on second and third and be chilling. So look at this. This is a deep enough fly ball. Easily, Paul Goldschmidt scores. But I don't want to lose Heart Attack Gold. I don't want to lose that contact boost just yet. That's a base hit, sending him back to third still. He was automatically going to go home. We sent him back to third. Where now, if you want to send an individual runner to steal, you have to point towards the runner's base. So we're going to point towards first base, and then we're going to hold our L2 down to trigger a steal. And Xander Bogaerts is going to be stealing second base while we bunt with Michael Chavis and hopefully have 2 runners in scoring position. Perfect bunt. I want him to stay at third, even though he could have scored there. And now 2 runners in scoring position. We have 8 outs. You do want to be careful if Paul Goldschmidt is coming up to hit again. I'm not sure if the base runners still disappear. So if that is the case, you want to make sure you send them in. That's going to be a base hit. 63 speed I think is enough. You don't want to risk it, but I'm risking it for the biscuit. We go ahead, finish it off. Rayson Rodriguez, we need to come into the game down 6 runs and take the lead before recording 20 outs. So this is probably the most difficult one. If not, it is the most difficult one to play on All-Star difficulty. We have a ton of good right-handed hitters, so why not go ahead and get ourselves a good left-handed hitter that can go ahead and smoke right-handed pitching. That way we can feel a little bit more comfortable. We still don't get any of the perks that I want. Defibrillator is not bad if you're being aggressive. Green light is not bad if you're being, passive. Inner piece, it's decent. I'm gonna go ahead and take defibrillator just in case I do plan on being a little bit aggressive. We are going to be losing, so we still want Heart Attack, we still want Spark Plug, and I am going to stick with Clear for Takeoff because I value exit velo boost over contact boost. We start with the runner on third base here. As I always say, the runner on third base is going to be your pitcher. So you want to go ahead and either instantly pinch run for the pitcher with whoever is going to hit for him eventually, or you want to pinch run with your speedy guy on the bench. I'm gonna go ahead and put whoever I'm going to hit for the pitcher with, because this is only 1 run and I'm bound to drive him in if I am going to beat this. I just missed that, to be honest. Like, that pitch should have given us 2 runs. I just missed it. I'm gonna go ahead, score with Ryan Jeffers, because why not? We're not gonna lose Heart Attack anytime soon. Does that drop? It looks like it is. Extra bases. All right, perfect. Jeremy Pena, 79 speed. It's not going to be enough to try and take a triple. I don't want to go ahead and take risks. That's a base hit, 79 speed. Maybe bait him a little bit so he throws home. Beautiful. Beautiful. I felt like I could have done so much better with that. We are sending him home, although. That's going to be another run. And we keep him at second base for now. Nope, I did not go. Send me to first. Thank you. All right. This is our 9th hitter. I'm bunting these guys over to have runners in scoring position. Especially for Ellie De La Cruz. What a perfect bunt. My lord. 3-0 count. The bases are going to be loaded for Paulie G. That is going to be super interesting here, because a grand slam takes away Heart Attack. But hey, if we get a grand slam, there's nothing we can do. We can't send Paulie G back to third. Wow, ball 4? We didn't even have to swing. I literally took all 6 pitches. What were you looking for? That was the perfect pitch to hit the other way. But hey, I'd rather take a strikeout than a double play. Blade, what are you doing? That's ball 4. No. That stinks big time. Stop moving out the way, bro. Just let yourself get hit by the pitch, please. I'm getting scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to get scared a little bit. Richie. I thought he hit that one like off the wall or something. As soon as I saw the runners not move, I was like, damn. But it felt good. Blade, why are you dropping your PCI? Like, what are you doing right now? That pitch would have been crushed. No way. No way you're telling me that's a pop-up. And it's foul territory too. Ball 4 again. And you're swinging, and that's the best base runner you have. Paulie G says I'll tie the ball game. Now, heart attack we lose as a perk, but I'm not mad at it. I'm actually happy because with 5 outs remaining, all we got to do is try to score 1. Jeremy Pena loads up on the fastball and hits a blade bomba. Holy cow! 4 outs remaining. Hey. 2-strike approach, if you struggle on all-star difficulty, especially against like outlier, 2-strike approach is probably the best approach here. I swung at so many ball 4s, it's unbelievable. Now next up is going to be a Rhodus Chapman, right? We know this. And a Rhodus Chapman, it's going to be on Hall of Fame difficulty. The game is going to be tied and we're going to have 7 outs. So if you want to go ahead and improve your hitting capabilities against a Rhodus Chapman, what you can do at this point is you can go ahead and build a custom roster with the players that you currently have inside that showdown run. Go to batting practice after you do that, and you face a Rhodus Chapman on custom practice on legend pitch speeds, and until you feel comfortable, you don't head into showdown. You can do the same thing against Nolan Ryan with whatever improvements you get, and basically until you feel comfortable, you don't head into the showdown. Let's see what we can pick up to face a Rhodus Chapman. Probably gonna be a right-handed hitter that's great against lefties, to be honest, but at the same time, I mean, Barry Larkin hits both sides too well for me to pass up on him. And then Diamond, we still don't get anything that is great for us. 2-strike approach, ice water in veins. We're gonna call it a day. Like I said, versus a Rhodus Chapman, I like the 2-strike approach. I like just chilling and not really trying to do too much. And we're gonna put contact boost in the 7th inning or later, since the game is going to be tied. With the Rhodus Chapman, I'll be completely honest. I'm not looking to hit. I'm just looking to take pitches. Hopefully he walks De La Cruz. Then I can bunt De La Cruz over to second base, bunt him over to third base, and then squeeze him home. That is my plan. What the hell was that? He's not Superman! He's not Superman, bro. We can't do that. His buddy was already going the other way. Dive. Oh, why don't they dive so they can lose the ball and let me get a double? Listen, we got 6 out remaining. I'm gonna do the 2-strike approach, and at 2 strikes is when I'm gonna try to bunt. Other than that, I'm gonna just take pitches, see if he walks Barry Larkin too, or if he walks Barry Larkin in general. If he does, then I'm definitely bunting with the next guy without telling the runners to go, in order to have runners on 2nd and 3rd, and then I just have to squeeze them in. And goodbye, Chapman. Hello, Rhodus, or Nolan. All right, we got the 2-strike approach. I'm not gonna send him. I'm just gonna bunt. Thankfully, I didn't send him. Bro, Rhodus Chapman thinks he's a strike, like, pitcher now. Like, that's how he's throwing strikes. Come on, throw me a ball. I'm gonna send him. Or no, I'm gonna bunt. No, I went back. Beautiful. That's how you do it. Show the bunt, take it back if it's a ball. That looked like that looked like a strike. 79 speed. All right, we got him over to second base. Do I bunt again? I think you do bunt again here. And have a runner on 3rd, 3 outs to go? I think you have to. It's almost mandatory. I should have put bunt direction. All right, now it's getting a little tricky, a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna send him, and I'm gonna bunt. I shouldn't have sent him. I just felt like I shouldn't have. I'm out of here. I did not call! Blue! Are you serious? 3-1 count. I'm taking this pitch. No matter what, I'm taking this pitch. Of course. Jesus Christ. Steven, I need a base hit here. There we go. Runner on base. We got Richie. Richie's gonna take until 2 strikes. And then if we can get to the 9th hitter, I'm bringing in Robbie Grossman. Bro, 2 strikes instantly, Chapman? Are you serious right now? God damn. Richie, dive. Can't go to 3rd. Robbie's gonna have to be the hero. Robbie's gonna have to be the hero. Robbie. Let's go. That's why you have Common Robbie on the bench. That's exactly why. Now we just have to worry about Nolan Ryan, and then of course it's Randy Johnson. Versus Nolan Ryan, I definitely want to pick the lefty here. But I know the lefty is not going to be as useful against Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, but we have a ton of good right-handed hitters that can at least put the ball in play against lefties. So I think in this situation, you have to go with the lefty that has the best contact versus both sides, this being Cedric Mullins. Rally time, significant exit velo when losing. Okay, that is definitely one of the perks we want to have on in this situation. I'm not sure if I'm doing the 2-strike approach still. So I'm definitely not going ahead and replacing those 2 perks. Those 2 perks might even move in terms of priority. They might move up, honestly speaking with you guys. Like, that's how good those perks have been for me as of late. And let's take away the right-handed hitter that just absolutely like sucks against righties. And that's gonna be Michael Chavis. And then after Michael Chavis, it's going to be Xander Bogaerts. So coming off the bench, we'll probably have one of these 2 guys. And let's go. I thought I fouled that off. That must be coming in at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Full count, it's time to be a hitter. Protect the strike zone. Okay, we'll take a runner on first. I'm taking all the way. Hopefully Franchi can come up to it with runners on first and second. Beautiful. Now I'm unsure. I could bunt with Franchi, right? Have runners in scoring position. Yeah, I think that's the best option, but I still want to wait to 2 strikes before I go ahead and bunt with him, let's say. 3-1 count. I might look like I'm praying. I am. Hopefully this is a ball, so I can try to squeeze in runs with Barry Larkin. Let's go. Alright, look at this. Look how beautiful this is going to be, right? So now, I didn't get a chance to look at the infield, but I'm just trying to be bunting these runners in. Please, don't bunt that hard. Or actually, why did I bunt? That was a strike anyways. I should do this 2-strike approach still, and then last resort bunt. Okay, he walks one in. Stephen Kwan, you have to be a good bunter, right? 2-strike approach, we wait for 2 strikes. If anything, we bunt him in, right? That has to be the approach here. All right, we're bunting. Let's see what happens here. Wait. 46 speed. I don't want to take out Goldschmidt though. Let's just bunt, baby. Pull up. Why not put it back? That was a strike, Blade. You got to bunt there. You didn't have any other options. You had to bunt there. Stop moving out the way, bro. Let it hit you. Let the game be tied, and then I can try to squeeze in a run. That was a strike. It's landing. Beautiful bunt by Jeremy Pena. Have runners on second and third. All we need is one more bunt, and we are done. But they're playing infield in, going to intentionally walk Richie, right? So that's going to bring a left-hander up from the bench for us with the bases loaded. And that left-hander, I thought I had better lefties on the bench. Who can bunt? Can you bunt? Drag bunt a 25, drag bunt a 10, bunt is a 35 actually. I'm taking the best bunter here. Robbie looks like he's the best bunter. Oh, no. This guy, Cal. I don't know you, Cal, but all I need is a bunt. We're going to go ahead, hold until 2 strikes, and then at 2 strikes, I'm bunting and squeezing. Full count, this is the riskiest thing I've done. I'm telling, oh, no. Hold up. I only want the runner on third to steal, right? So I'm gonna point to the runner on third and I'm gonna tell him to steal. I don't want the runners on first and second to steal too, just in case it's like a pop-up or something. Beautiful! Beautiful girls all over the world. Come on now. We advance now to Randy Johnson. It's time to take on the big boy, and it's gonna be 21 to 25. So here you can do the same thing. You can go custom practice and load up. I think Andrew McCutcheon 100% is the way to go here. And then they finally give us clear for takeoff. Unfortunately, look, this Diamond Perks clear for takeoff is priority number 1. Then hero time is priority number 2. They're actually tied, both of them. And then number 3 would have been something like heart attack. If they would have given us one of these earlier, I would have been a whole lot happier. I think I'm just gonna take, honestly speaking, significant exit velocity boost, because it sounds a lot more than just exit velocity boost. And I'm just going to equip that with and replace rally time, so I have hero time and then double ice water and veins, because versus Randy Johnson, I'm still taking to 2 strikes. And now the lineup is going to be loaded up with nothing but righties or switch hitters that are great against left-handed pitching. So we're heading in to face Randy Johnson. We need to score 5 runs. We have 25 outs, so we need to score at least 1 run per 5 outs. I'm going to continue practicing the 2-strike approach. I have ice water veins, gold and diamond version equipped, as well as rally time. So rally time is going to always be active, and then we're going to have ice water veins active whenever we get 2 strikes, which I'm always going to wait for with each and every single batter, because I'm not trying to do this all over again. And the beautiful thing about ice water veins, if you guys have been paying attention visually, is look at how big his PCI is currently with no strikes. Well, he might get walked, but you'll see how it enlarges. I'll give you guys a prime example. We take that ball 4, get ourselves Andrew McCutcheon. I don't know how much more this man's PCI can enlarge, but we will see if he gets 2 strikes. All right, watch the PCI now. Y'all see how much bigger that PCI is? Gives you a lot more room for error, and it also helps you hit the ball a lot better, especially if you have rally time equipped with it. That's gonna go ahead and increase your exit velocity significantly. We're not bunting here, by the way. We're looking to hit. What'd I say? Damn. Maybe bunting was the right thing to do. We take that ball 4, runners on first and second. I'm debating right now, do I want to swing away once I get 2 strikes with Barry Larkin, or do I want to bunt and have runners on second and third? I think I'd rather have runners on second and third. 80 speed, maybe it's not a double play, doesn't look like it. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, so I'm gonna send the runner on first to steal, and I'm most likely going to bunt here, I'm not gonna lie. Have runners on second and third, I think that's gonna be beautiful. Damn it! What a pitch. That would have been the perfect pitch to bunt. Full count Robbie has been an MVP inside this run. Let's see if he can do something against Randy. Oh my god, bro, it's like, I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm right on the fastball, but I'm not hitting it. I'm not even making contact. This was a very bad job by me in terms of fixing the damn bench, in terms of having a good righty to hit lefties. That's well hit. Should at least drive in 1. Okay, that's fine. I was hoping that would be over his head though. We have Cedric Mullins up next. I'm gonna do the 2-strike approach and then probably bunt with Cedric Mullins, to be honest, and hopefully move the runner over to scoring position. I'm sending him and I'm bunting. 1-2 count, sending him and I'm bunting. He has to throw us a strike here. What'd I say? I felt it. It was a good bunt too. Maybe if I would have hit it a little bit down the right field line, I could have probably gotten there safely. 17 outs remaining. We got Andrew McCutcheon, 2-strike approach here. If he gives us something to hit, we're looking to drive it. Oh my lord, that was it. I'm just on top of that fastball. Like, these are line drives that I could easily drive in a run with. I meant to check my swing right there. His confidence is going up. I do not like that. We need to find a way to drive in a run. Blade, how are you dropping your PCI that bad? He's been throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, so if this is a first pitch strike, I'm looking to hit. Bro. All right, I need to lock in. I need to lock in. Oh my lord, dude. He has been throwing that fastball as a first pitch strike every single time. I said, enough of the two-strike approach. Let's be a little bit aggressive. Let's look to drive something. And we finally did. Holy smokes. Hopefully that takes his confidence down. His energy's going down a little bit. Hopefully this rattles him and he starts throwing balls. He walks Cedric Mullins, right? I would love that. I have the speedy, 90 speed, hitting next. I would bunt. Hopefully down the third base line, get Cedric at second, Speedy at first, and then have the winning run on base. Looking to put him into scoring position and have like 9 outs left. Cedric Mullins, that fastball, I swear, he's just leaving it over the plate right now. I don't know if it's his energy or what it is. We fought off a couple of pitches and then we were lucky enough to get that. Like, 11 outs, 1 run. Let's do this. I did not go. Like, I don't understand the blue right now. What are you doing? That was a walk. Doesn't matter. We get a base hit out of it. All right, Barry Larkin, do not hit a pop-up. I need him to bunt. Let me see. Towards the left-hand side, maybe? What the hell is wrong with this dude's bunting? It's like the worst thing in the world. Third baseman's back. I'm still bunting. Bunting over to third base. There we go. Nobody's at second, right? Are you kidding me? There was nobody there. I want to send him, but I don't at the same time. He's throwing 2 straight balls, and we've stayed bunting on both. He finally throws us a strike. It's a good enough strike. Bro, what is going on? How is this happening to me right now? All right, 2 strikes. I am bunting once again, man. Like, it needs to, like, I don't understand how I can't get, no, I took it back, thankfully. I don't understand how I can't get second base right now. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. Easy bunt. Easy bunt. No way he guns me out. All right. 80 speed was what we needed. We're going to have 5 outs remaining. I am going to do the 2-strike approach, right? No, I'm going to be aggressive. This guy hit a homer already. Because if I bunt towards third base and he comes in, then the runner gets third base automatically. It should be that way, right? So let's hope. It's a soft bunt. Oh, my lord. That was such a beautiful bunt, too. All right, I think this is the guy that bunts us over to third base, and then we use McCutchen and Paulie G to win it for us. All right. Oh, he's safe at first, too. I think that's big. What Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack. Oh my God. Oh my God, if he would have turned that into a triple play, I would have had a heart attack. I'm telling you all that right now. If he would have turned that into a triple play, I wouldn't have done this showdown again. I can rest assure you that. Oh my lord. What a way to finish things. Hey man, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Twitch is inside the description along with a bunch of other links you guys should check out, including social medias. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.